My name is Chris Maley. I'm the Vice President of Operations with Property Panorama. I'm also the Training and Education Coordinator. So let's go ahead and dive right into the presentation. Just give you a little bit of background information about who Property Panorama is, what we offer, and briefly summarize the products and services that are available. I know a lot of you are here for the uh, launch of InstaView version 5. We will be covering that first, but again, let's give you a little bit of background information. We were established in 2002, and since introducing our platform to the industry, our mission has always been to connect consumers directly to the agents. We are a digital marketing solution providing tools designed to help advertise listings and brands online. And we're currently integrated with more than 270 MLSs and associations right now. We are integrated with all major vendors, as you can see on the bottom of your screens. So like I say, let's go ahead and get things started with InstaView version 5. I'm sure many of you saw an email come out when we did launch at the end of August. So let's give you a little bit of a rundown of what InstaView is. Within an hour of inputting a listing into the MLS, we're going to automatically create a virtual tour for each and every single listing. We're going to then send you an email that has the branded and the unbranded virtual tour links. So it's 100% fully automated within an hour of you putting in the listing. Again, we offer branded and unbranded virtual tours. We also have flyers and postcards, HD listing videos, and we also have a digital portfolio, which is a agent landing page. We'll be covering all of that here very shortly in the presentation. Additionally, we also offer social media syndication on both a one-click and an automated basis. I will be showing you how to do that. We also have statistics for each and every single click that your tours get, as well as capture any leads from consumers that may be leaving their contact information for you. You also have the ability to customize your branded materials. That includes adding custom music or voiceovers if you wanted to do so. But let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at that new viewer. So as you can see, it's a full screen experience now. It is no more of that hamburger menu on the desktop with the icons. Everything is laid out in text along the bottom of the tour itself. That way consumers can view the tour naturally, or if they just wanted to go to the photos, take a look at the neighborhood insights. If you subscribe to the neighborhood insights, we will be covering that here as well. We do also have a Google Maps integration that shows the immediate surrounding area, a schools tab that shows how the schools rank within the national database, a simple mortgage calculator, and then the ability to add additional media. Now you're going to see a little bit of a difference here between the desktop and mobile. Previously, we tried to keep them very similar. However, since we've noticed that 82% of our traffic is coming from a mobile device, we've actually made it a lot more mobile friendly. It looks a lot cleaner having those landscape photos appear in 3 separate windows, and they will each transition out individually throughout the tour. We've also made the Contact tab and the Details tab a lot more easily accessible for consumers, since that's where they're going to get most of their information regarding either contacting you as the listing agent or the details of the listing itself. So as I mentioned, they can also peruse through the photos. This is the new Photos section, the Google Maps integration. This is the additional media sources. So if you have any additional marketing materials for your listing, say a drone video, a 3D tour, something of that nature, you can definitely attach it to the branded tour. Not only can it be attached in this section, but we can also set it up to play within the viewer window itself. This is the new contact section, where it has all of your contact information built in on the left-hand side, as well as a contact form for consumers to reach out to you via email. And then finally, the Details tab that comes in from the right-hand side has the full listing description as well as the property details. giving those features. As I did mention before, we also offer print materials. These are PDF flyers that you can fully customize within your account. We do have 6 flyer templates and 9 postcard templates available currently. You can pick and choose, mix and match uh, between items like just listed, just sold, price reduced. So if you take those into account with all of the other options, you have about 40 to 50 different flyers or postcards that you can make right within your account. The digital portfolio, it is an agent landing page designed to host all of your active listing inventory, and brand new as of yesterday, you also have single property websites if you do have the digital portfolio. And we'll be covering what subscriptions do get you that digital portfolio. But let's go ahead and just give you a quick little example here of how it looks. So it is a very clean, sleek page, has your contact information built in, with access to your listings as well as a contact form at the bottom. So it does show your 3 most recent listings. However, if you click on that View More Tours button, it's going to expand out to include your full listing inventory. Now there's actually 2 buttons, and since this got updated late yesterday evening, I did not get a chance to change this slide, but now it's going to be View Tour and More Info. When you click on the More Info, that opens up the single listing website. I will be trying to pull one of those up here towards the end of the presentation, just so you can take a look at that and see where we are just on the infancy stages of that launch. And then finally, down at the bottom of the page, you can add testimonials. Those will cycle through if you have multiple testimonials put in, and they'll display for approximately 15 seconds each, and then cycle to the next one. Likewise, you can also add a biography, and then, like I mentioned, you do have the contact form found down at the bottom of the page. The most common question that we do get asked is, how do I create my virtual tour? It's really easy because we try to make this 100% automated, as hands-free as possible for you. We just need to make sure that you select yes during the listing entry for the following options. The first one's either going to say internet display, display on internet, or just internet. Make sure that that one is yes. If your MLS has a listing level IDX option, make sure that that is marked as yes. And then finally, it's going to be something like include InstaView Tour or create Property Panorama, create free virtual tour. Each MLS has a different name for that field, but you would get the idea when you see it in the listing entry. Once you mark that as yes and you submit your listing, we're going to create that tour within the hour. You're also going to, as I mentioned before, receive that email with both the branded and the unbranded links. Not only that, but it's also going to have a login button built into it. That login button is good for 10 days, so you can use that as a smart link to access your account. However, your MLS also has a smart link available. If you look at the options below that MLS smart links, find your MLS provider, and that is the navigation path. So for example, if you are a member of Flex MLS, it would be products and then Property Panorama from the Flex homepage. Likewise with Matrix, links, and then Property Panorama. I have noticed in a couple of our integrations that it may not be links in Matrix, it may be external links. Either way, it is going to take you to the same location and get you to that smart link. I'm going to leave that up there for just another second so you can take down which one is for your MLS. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and actually jump into the members dashboard. So once you do use the smart link to access your Property Panorama account, this is what you're going to see. You may not have a profile picture or company logo set yet like I do on this page. If you don't, it's just going to say profile picture and company logo here. You can click directly on that graphic and it will prompt you to upload the image that you want to use. So that's the first thing that you probably want to do when you log into your Property Panorama account. Make sure that your profile is fully set up. Getting those pictures and logos in there. Another thing is going to the account page, making sure that your phone numbers and email address are the ones that you want your consumers to reach out to you at. I'll be covering that page here as soon as we get done with the rest of this dashboard here. But after that, we have the digital portfolio. We have our share tab right here. This is how you can share it to social media, uh, even through Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp. You can also copy the link right from that share icon. Directly next to that is how you would edit the digital portfolio. So if you wanted to change the color theme or the images that are used in the backgrounds, you're more than welcome to do so. It's also right next to the statistics, so you can see how your digital portfolio is performing. If it's a tool that you use regularly, you'll see how many clicks that you're getting when you send it out in your emails and whatnot. And then finally down here, this is also the link for your digital portfolio. This is just one of our sample ones, but it is a live example on there. Finally, if you wanted to promote yourself on social media and the web, this is to purchase an advertising campaign. This, again, does go out on the web and social media, and it is geared towards consumers that are actively searching for real estate or looking to sell their home. We use specific keyword searches to know if they are definitely in the housing market one way or the other. Down below that, we have our listing level. So my listings right here. It's going to show, once again, like your digital portfolio, your 3 most recent listings. If you have more listings in your inventory, you can just click on that View More Listings option or My Listings from the left-hand side. That way you can select the listing that you want to work on or share. And then you have the same buttons directly underneath each and every single one of your listings. The share icon is a little different than the digital portfolio. This share icon is going to take you to the linking page, and the reason for that is because there are more listing materials available for you to share, like the virtual tours, the flyers, the video. So you want to make sure that you're using that share icon to get to all of those tools. Next is the tour editor. This is where you can make changes, such as reorganizing the photos, uploading additional photos, creating panoramas, change the color theme. There's a plethora of things, and we'll be going over that when we get into the tour manager. Statistics for the listing level is found here. And then finally, if you've created a PDF and marked it as primary, this is a quick access button for you to access that PDF and download it to your computer. Likewise, with the promote button up here for agent campaigns, this is how you can purchase a listing level campaign. So if you wanted to advertise your listing, that's going to specifically go out to consumers that are actively searching to purchase a home. So it is a great tool to use to get the exposure that you and your listing deserve. After my listings, we have the statistics on the left-hand side. I know we covered the digital portfolio and the listing level, but this is going to be an account-wide statistic. So you can see how all of your listings are performing, all of your sites are performing at that point with just one click. You can also break it down to specific date ranges or even down to the specific listing if you wanted to do so from that page. The last section we want to cover on the dashboard is settings and syndication. This is where you can set up your automated social media sharing. That's to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Finally, if you are an office admin, you will see that admin dashboard button. That admin dashboard button is there just so you can edit the listings of the agents within your office. All right, so let's go ahead and jump back to that profile setup and talk about the account page. This is where you can adjust your email address, your phone numbers, make sure that everything that you want your consumers to have is right at their fingertips. So the first thing I'm going to go over is your phone number. Make sure that the one that you want to use is in the top slot and marked as primary. That ensures that it's on each and every single marketing material that we send out for you. Likewise, if you have a personal website, you're more than welcome to put that in this link right here. Otherwise, you can also put your digital portfolio there. This is also where you can input your biography and testimonials, as well as any marketing slogan you may have. One thing I will let you know is the office information cannot be edited. The reason for that is it's pulled in directly from the MLS from the office account. So any changes here would need to be done directly through the MLS. Up next is the settings and syndication page. So we'll go ahead and go over this really quick before we go back into the listing level stuff. So settings and syndication is how you turn on those automated social media posts. All you would have to do is select yes next to the respective service, log into your account, and grant us the proper permissions. Once you're done, it's going to make any future new listing or any price change post automatically on your behalf. Down below that is where you can manage the email notifications that you receive from us. Now, the one thing I will say about that is we also offer SMS notifications, but that's only going to be for leads. So you can set that for leads and be assured that you're not going to be receiving, hey, you have a new tour. Hey, here's how your Adtensify campaign is running. It's only going to be for leads when you link your phone. So you don't have to worry about that additional content from us at that point. But now that we've covered all of this, let's go ahead and jump back to the listing level. We're going to go to the linking page first. This is where you can share your marketing materials, such as the virtual tour, flyers, and video. It's also where you can set up your media links, which would be if you had that drone video or 3D dollhouse tour, you can link them directly to the virtual tour from here. So up top, you have your branded and your unbranded virtual tour links. If you are not currently upgraded, it will just say light next to it, but it will also give you the option to upgrade. Because this is a general webinar, some MLSs do pay for the service, some are a subscription service, so it does vary from MLS to MLS. Just click on that upgrade button and it will give you the full breakdown of what the pricing is for the various products at that point. The next section over is the sharing section where you can use our one-click syndication to go to any one of these services. As long as you have an account with those services, you can absolutely use those to share too. Next is that print materials, those pro flyers. Once you're in this section here, you'll see that we do create a placeholder version of the classic flyer. That's our old 3-photo flyer that was originally in our system. However, you can create a new flyer just by clicking on that Create Manage button and then select the option to create new. It's going to then ask you what kind of flyer do you want to make? Is it just listed? Is it price reduced? It gives you about 14 different options in that window, and then it's going to ask you which template you want to use. Pretty easy setup. It's going to give you a full editor to change your colors, adjust the photos that you want to use, and even adjust the features that are showing for the listing itself. The next block is another option to upgrade for Adtensify to purchase those ad campaigns. And then down below that, the listing video. So within an hour, we do create the virtual tour. As long as you're upgraded within 20 minutes after that, we're going to create a listing video for you. You can either download this or you can automatically share it to YouTube. You can also use the one-click option down below to share to YouTube as well. If you're an agent that likes to use sign writers, that's our turbo text feature. We even give you the opportunity to download the sign writer that we have, or you can use your own. Just make sure that you use the content that we show here, that 844 number, and then whatever the turbo text code is that appears in this block here. If you use our sign writer, it is going to print out blank. The reason for that is if you use 2.5-inch mailbox lettering that you can get at any hardware store, it does fit in there, and then you can reuse the sign as many times as you want just by changing out those letters. And then finally, like I mentioned before, that media link section, anything that has a web link you can place here. So if, again, drone video, you can put the URL here, give it a title, a description, give it an icon, and then make sure that it's marked public. And if you want it to display within the tour window itself, you would want to mark the second one. If it's something that was a dated material and you want to remove it, you're more than welcome to do so by clicking on that trash icon and submitting. But that takes us through the linking page. Let's go ahead and jump over into the tour manager. This is where you can edit the content of the virtual tour itself. On this page, the listing information, you're going to see a lot of grayed out fields. Those fields are all managed directly within the MLS. If you make a change in the MLS, we're going to update within an hour. One thing I do want to throw out there though, is say you have a land listing or a lot listing and it does not have a proper street address. You're probably going to want to turn off this display on Google Maps because if it does not have a proper address, Google's not going to be able to map it properly. Uh, in those instances, we always recommend turning that off just so it doesn't put the pin 10 miles across town because it's just putting it dead center of the zip code. Over on the right-hand side, we have our listing descriptions. The unbranded listing description, again, like all of this data here, is not editable within the Property Panorama account. And again, that's coming directly from the MLS. However, you do have the opportunity to adjust your branded description as well as your flyer description. Once you make any changes, it does automatically save, and you would be able to continue to the next step right below there. Going to the next step is going to take you to the photos page. I know that this is going to look a little different to some of you. And the reason for that is we did fully update that when we did our member dashboard. Instead of making changes right from this page, you would just want to click on the Add/Manage Photos button. That's going to take you into the Photo Manager, where you can not only click on the image to adjust the name and description, but you can also click and drag the photos into any order that you want now. You no longer have to change your photo order in the MLS. You can do it right here within the tour. Just to let you know, though, that's only going to impact the tour. It's not going to impact the photos that are in the MLS itself. But once you've made those changes, you can even select an image and make it your primary. What does that mean? That's the image that is featured on your social media posts. So this may be the first image that's in the MLS, but you might want to feature this image instead. You can just click on it, make it your primary, and it's all set for any future posts you make. As I mentioned earlier, you do have the ability to upload additional photos that are not in the MLS, or even create panoramas. The way that our panorama stitcher works is as long as the photos overlap about 10%, it can stitch them into a panorama for you. Once you're done with everything, it does automatically save. You would just click the X in the upper right-hand corner, and you can go on to the next step, which is your theme editor. So this is going to look a lot different for any of you that haven't used the system since our old viewer. The reason I say that is because this has completely been reworked. Now it's going to be the header color. Instead of choosing the lollipops, you're just going to click on the background or the text color, whichever one you want to change. Likewise for the contact, details, and footer tabs. The photo panel is going to be the color that is behind the images as they're coming in. A lot of times we recommend black, but if it doesn't work with your brokerage color theme, then you're more than welcome to adjust that. Once you're done, click on Save, and it's going to take you over to our next step, which is the audio and photo effects section. We do have 75 music selections available to you. That's at no additional cost. That's all part of the subscription. However, you do have the opportunity to upload custom audio as well. The one thing I will throw out there is if it is commercial music, something that you hear on the radio, you would have to get the proper permissions to play it in a commercial setting on the internet. That can be pretty pricey, especially for popular music. However, there are royalty-free sites out there where you can get songs that may be a little similar to it for substantial savings. The other option you have is uploading a voiceover, which you're more than welcome to do. If you do that and you select voiceover, it's only going to play the track once, and then it's going to revert to music. Whereas if you select music, it's just going to continually play the entire time the consumer has the tour open. Finally, the photo effect section, that is the zoom in, zoom out effect. As long as it's on, the photos are going to move like that. If you turn it off, it becomes more of a slideshow at that point. And then finally, the last part of the tour manager is the preview tab. This is just here to make sure that all of the changes that you made look good to you, and then you can go about on to the next steps of whatever you wanted to work on in your account. So that is the InstaView portion of this in a nutshell. That gives you all of the new viewer content as well as the updated members dashboard. Now I do want to jump into those neighborhood insights that we talked about. We partnered with Local Logic to be able to provide you with neighborhood insights and local demographics. And what the local demographics does is it gives a full breakdown of things like average income, income brackets, population, owners versus renters, the types of housing in the area, spoken languages, types of commute methods that people use. So it does give a wide array of information to consumers that may not be familiar with the area. So it is a great tool for consumers to educate themselves on the neighborhood where the property is located. Likewise, the other aspect of it is the local content. As you can see up here on the top of the window, you have the neighborhood and the demographics. So you do get both sets of that, and they can toggle between the two. But with the local content, you're getting 18 location scores, 20 points of interest categories, as well as information on school districts. Not only the public school districts, but the private schools as well as daycares in the area are also included in there. The best part about this, in my opinion, is the fact that it also gives you a commute calculator. So you can see it says Euclid Noble Marathon. Click on that, calculate the commute, and it's going to tell you how long it takes you to get there. It does that for each and every single point of interest that it includes on here. It also includes a wellness section, which is going to list off local hospitals, doctors' offices, health food stores, any type of medical facility. So it is a great tool for consumers to say, hey, I absolutely love the amenities in this area. Let's do this. So it is a fantastic tool for consumers to use. Neighborhood Insights does come with a price tag. It is not included in any of the InstaView packages. It is available to you for $22 a month or $225 a year, and that places Neighborhood Insights on all of your active listings plus your digital portfolio. That way, if it's on your digital portfolio, you can feature maybe the area that you do the most business in, which I can definitely show you how to set that up. If you do purchase and give us a call and say, hey, I want to make sure that this is focusing where I do the most of my business because my office is 15, 20 miles away from that. It's not a problem. We can definitely take care of that for you. But again, that is Neighborhood Insights. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on today are those Adtensify digital advertising campaigns. Again, it places those ads on the web and social media. And we have, as I mentioned before, the listing and agent level campaigns. Those are designed to drive traffic and exposure to your listings and your brand. We have ads that display on all devices, so you don't have to worry about if people are coming from mobile or if they're coming from a tablet. We have ads that are set for each and every single size that is needed throughout the industry. The one thing that I will throw out there is we do not advertise on mobile games. The majority of people that are using the mobile games are people that are under the age of 18, so typically not your demographic at that point. So we just suppressed all games at that point, no ads on games, and we also don't restrict zip codes. So we don't sell out of zip codes like some of our competitors do, and the reason is because we target the ads specifically to an area around the property as the default setting, which I'm going to be covering here in just a second. These are just a few examples of the pages that the ads do appear on, and you'll see that the ads appear at the top of the page or within the natural scroll of an article on a mobile device. This is premium placement. If you're familiar with newspaper terms, it used to be called above the fold placement. But the reason for that is since these consumers are already on sites that they trust and that they go to on a regular basis, they're more likely to click on the ads at that point. So as I previously mentioned, the targeting, typically we set things on a default setting for a 15-mile radius around the property. However, you can adjust that. It is fully customizable. If you wanted to change that to 3 specific zip codes or a specific city of interest, you're more than welcome to do so. Additionally, by default, clicking on the ad will open the branded InstaView virtual tour. If you have a different tour or a different website that you want to use that is maybe linked to your CRM, you're more than welcome to do so. If it's not linked to your CRM and doesn't have any lead capturing, then we definitely recommend using the InstaView virtual tour. And that's just because of the lead capturing element that's included. So Intensify campaigns do start at $59.99 per week. And then you can see you get savings as you go on down to the 4 weeks. One thing I do want to add in there though, is if you purchase 2 or more weeks, you're going to get an additional week for free. So 2 weeks is really 3 weeks for $118.99. That is our most popular option currently. And then with the agent campaigns, you're going to see 2 prices. We're going to just go with the monthly for now, but you'll see that it's $199 per month. That's the base price. If you turn on automatic renewal, that's when you get the 10% savings for the $179.10. Facebook, just to let you know, is included in each and every single campaign. Very important to note that, but you're going to see one little change right here with that Intensify Plus, and this is how you can saturate the market on Facebook. So with the base campaign, you get approximately 1,000 views directly on Facebook. However, if you take the Intensify Plus for $19.99 per week, you're going to double your exposure and get an extra 1,000 views. Facebook does have the highest click-through rate of any site, meaning that consumers that are on Facebook are more likely to click on those ads than on most other sites. Facebook also averages 2 billion users with 40 minutes or more online per day. So again, it's a great tool, and you also have the opportunity to include Instagram into that. Now, Instagram is not included in the base campaign. Meta views it as a premium service. So, unfortunately, it does come with a premium price tag, which is why it's more expensive than the Facebook add-on. Intensify is $29.99 per week. And it gives you approximately 1,000 views every week. And it is the #1 social network for products and services. If you have a demographic for your property that's 45 and under, Instagram could be a great tool for you. So it is something that can increase that exposure for you in your listing. But that's all of the products that we currently have. We do have one last thing coming soon for 2024. It's a short form video editor that can share your videos to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can create 1 minute to 2 minute videos. If you change the time frame, obviously it changes which services it can go to. But those short form videos, if you create it at a 60-second time frame, it can go to each and every single one of those services. You can add photos, videos, text overlays, as you can see on the screen. So I'm very excited about this. I know TikTok comes with one built into it, but the other services don't. So that's why we figured why not only make the video once and then you can just share it to all of the services. So this is something that you're going to be seeing probably around end of October, maybe getting into Thanksgiving, because we are in the infancy stages of this. Uh, but we are definitely looking for a Q4 launch for the social videos, those short form videos that are in that vertical format. At this time, I would like to open the floor to any questions that you may have. I didn't see anything come in during the presentation itself, but while you're thinking of any questions that you may have, I would like to invite you to follow our blog at blog.propertypanorama.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/propertypanorama. And if you need any assistance whatsoever, or if you think of a question 5 minutes from now, you can reach out to our support team, support@propertypanorama.com. Call the number on your screen. Option number 1 is for InstaView. Option number 2 gets you to our digital advertising experts with AdTensify. And also you can use our live chat, which is in the lower right-hand corner of the screen on each and every single one of our web pages. I'm not seeing any questions come in, so at this point in time, I would like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us today, and I would like to wish you a wonderful and successful rest of your week.